there, I'm Lisa. Thank you for joining me today on my channel. Today I am scrapbooking with my August Cocoa Daisy kit. I had to think there for a moment. I can't believe we're almost into August. That's crazy. So this is going to be a layout. It's photographs I've got from our trip through driving through Tennessee. Back in March. So I've got a multi-page, multi-photo layout going on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 photos. I've printed them off nice and small so that I could fit quite a lot on here. I'm going to be scrapbooking today with some of the add-on papers that come as an add-on for the August Cocoa Daisy kit, as well as this Bloom and Grow sticker sheet. This is from Simple Stories, which is also an add-on, and I've got some other bits and pieces here from Cocoa Daisy as well that I want to use. I've got some washi tape, and I've got these fantastic pieces of cork here which I want to feature on the layout as well. So the first thing I'm going to do, let's move the photos away. I want to document a little bit. So as much as I love the whole camping theme here, we aren't campers, but I would still like to use some of the paper, and I think this will make fantastic space for journaling. So I'm going to trim that down and then add that to my page, and that's going to be my starting point. I've stuck this in place, that's done now. I'm also going to trim off some of these. That's the other side, which is quite pretty. Also Simple Stories, but I'm wanting to use the trim, and I'm going to pop them along the bottom here. Before I stick my pieces of trim down, I'm going to add some white paint to this page. I've got an old credit card, and I've got some System 3 acrylic paint. And I'm just going to add this here. I just think it lightens the page up. I don't like dark scrapbooking pages, and I just want to keep it nice and light. I can still see the lines through because obviously I wanted to use it for journaling, and I've made sure that I can still do that. So that's done. I will dry that off. The other thing I'm doing, I've started cutting the trim. I really like these little wavy circular design, this design on this pattern, so I'm cutting it out. I didn't want the edge to be straight, so I'm just going to go through with a small pair of scissors and just roughly cut around them like that so that I get the bumpy effect, which is what I want. So the trim's in place and I've dried off my paint. I'm now going to stick my photographs on the page. I'm not quite sure where I'm putting them. I know I want to start with this one, so I'm literally going to put a little bit of tape in the middle of each one, and then that way I can move it around accordingly. I've rearranged the photographs. They're kind of stuck in, but not really. I can still easily move them if I want to. And I've also taken this strip. This was left over from this piece here, and I really like this with the mountains. It really sums up our road trip with the mountains in the distance. So I've kind of slotted it in at the top there, and I'm going to leave it there as I would like to use it, but I don't know where yet. I am going to use this. This is from the pink paisley piece, Good Vibes. This was from the paper add-on, and I'm going to cut this piece out to use on my layout here. I've got the card here. This has now become a journal card, and I'm just going to round off the corners, and I can stick this in place again, just using a bit of tape on the bottom. I think I'm just going to slide it in like that. I might reposition that yet, I'm not sure, and it's coming together quite nicely now. I have got some clouds that I wanted to use, and I'm going to be painting these, and I'm also going to be painting up these as well. I'm just going to paint them white. Let's grab my board, and these can dry, and then once I've painted them white, I'm actually going to use that as a base and paint them a brighter colour over the top. I've painted my pieces, you can see here. I've got 2 clouds, a little arrow with a heart, and the word hello. What I did find was the more paint that you add to these cork pieces, the more you lose obviously the design in there. So I've although I did paint the word hello, I've kind of pressed off quite a lot as well, because I was losing the actual wording there. And I've started inking it, you can see here, and I've still got the design, the groves there coming through, so I'm going to continue with that. I wanted to match the blue with the blue of the sky, which I'm going to try as hard as possible, and I'm using 2 stamps to do that, sorry, 2 inks. I've got these Prima stamps, I keep saying stamps, sorry, inks here, so I'm going to continue with these. My pieces are now finished. I have got the blue clouds, and I've got a red hello, and I've got a blue and red piece here. I'm going to go over this again. I've just basically used a simple whiteboard red marker to go over, but I'm just going to clear that up a little bit to make it a bit neater. I've stuck my clouds in place. I am now going to work on my title work. I want to use the blue stickers here from the Simple Stories 12 by 12 sheet, but I want them to really stand out, so I'm going to add a little bit. I was going to add red paint, but actually I'm going to change my mind and use some orange paint, and I'm going to spread that across the bottom and then stick my title on top to help it really stand out. I've got some yellow and some orange paint on here, and I am going to spread that along, ready for my title. I have obviously a tiny little bit left, so I'm just going to add that along just to get a few bits of the paint on there, so a little bit by the photo as well. There we go. That's obviously going to be wet now, so I'm just going to go and dry that off and then add my title along the bottom. My title is in place, and I've added the last of the cork board. I've gone over with a marker pen on the blue as well. I've just taken a piece of this washi tape and I'm going to run it along underneath my title, and I'm going to add another piece. See how with the orange it really helps it stand out. It just needed something behind it. So I'm just going to add some of this washi underneath, and then I'm going to get on with my journaling in this space up here. I very nearly finished this page. I've added some of the stickers from here, the Simple Stories stickers. I've added underneath the title and down the sides. I've also stuck on this date stamp, or this date piece here from the kit, and to finish it off I've got a really old Maya mist. Now I believe these are no longer for sale, but these are really good for big drops. I'm just going to load it up and let it drop, and that is going to be my layout done. I really wish that you could not only see but smell my video. The kids are cooking katsu chicken in the room next door, and it smells absolutely delicious. So it's almost time for dinner, and my layout is finished. I hope you like that. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Any questions, as always, please ask. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't already. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you soon. Bye.